What is up, everybody? I am in a fantastic mood right now because I just finished binging the new Adult Swim animated series, Smiling Friends. Oh man, I love this show so much. A few months ago, one of my friends hit me up and told me to check out the pilot that they released for Smiling Friends to, get the show promoted and see if it would be good enough to be like a full series on Adult Swim. I checked it out. The show did get picked up, and I was like, you know what? I'm looking forward to this. This is a really funny show, and I can't wait for it to come out. And it is officially released. The entire first season is currently on Adult Swim right now. Each episode is at max 15 minutes long, so it should take you about 2 hours to finish because there's only 8 episodes out. You stream it on adultswim.com. It's very accessible, very easy to watch. It's great. And oh man, I know they say comedy is subjective, but the show is absolutely hilarious. It has basically everything you could want. It might not be for everybody because it is a bit unsettling at times, but I really found the show extremely funny. It's just the animation is just very uncomfortable all the time. Like you always feel like something's off and like everything's just not the way it should be. It just makes you feel a little bit on edge watching the show, which definitely utilizes that animation style to portray its comedy a lot. Has like slapstick, has straight humor, just various different comedy forms throughout the entire series, and an episode that's very terrifying in my opinion. Now, granted, take that with a grain of salt. I am, not the best when it comes to horror, but I felt like I was watching like the Return the Slab episode with the mummy from Courage the Cowardly Dog during their Halloween special episode. Ooh, man, that ending, I was just kind of, my jaw was dropped at that ending, and I was just kind of awestricken. I didn't know how to react when that happened. So it is what it is. But you're probably asking, I've been rambling for like 2 minutes now. It's like, you haven't told me. What is Smiling Friends about? Why should I care about this show? And I'll get into that right now. So, Smiling Friends is a series that follows this company by the same name, Smiling Friends. So, it the main two characters of the show are Charlie and Pim. They work at this company, and the two of them, their job is to make people smile. They go out on jobs that the boss gives them, and he's like this weird old dude that gives them these jobs to go make people smile. They have two other coworkers, Alan and Glep. Weird name, I know, but it is what it is. So those characters, they're supporting. They don't really show up much in the show except for comedic beats, so it really just follows Charlie and Pim and their day to day going on these adventures to make people smile as their job. That's it. Simple premise. It's a company about making people smile. They get hired by people who are like sad or they can't smile for whatever reason, and they go and make them smile. That's it. That's the whole premise of the show. It's just these two characters going around making people smile. That's it. But just so much weirdness happens, so much absurdity that it's just mind-boggling. I'm just like, what is going on here? It does catch you off guard a few times, in my opinion. Like there are moments where you'll expect something very basic to happen, and then something else happens, and it just like catches you off guard, startles you in a funny way that I personally enjoyed, and I could definitely see myself rewatching this show many times because I did have a fantastic time. Now, some of the gripes that I will say I have with the show is mainly with character development. It's a comedy. So a lot of comedy shows don't really have character development. Take like the big ones like Family Guy, Bob Burgers, American Dad, etc. They don't really, have like a mainline story that progresses to have the characters change all that much. Um, so Smiling Friends does have that to a degree. Like the only characters that really matter are Pim and Charlie. They're the only ones that get the most. They're the ones that get the most screen time, being the main characters. They have the most development, you could say, but at the same time, it's still like a sort of static comedy. They kind of just stay the same the way they are. I guess the most jarring would probably be the end of the first episode. Like something drastic happens to the emotional state of one of the characters, and then the next episode they're just back to normal. So that is something that you could say is a little, like that kind of like they didn't really do anything about that, but it's not like those things that happen to these characters is in a bottle. It's not like American Dad or Family Guy where their episodes are self-contained and everything absurd that happens in the episode doesn't really affect the rest of the series. I guess a perfect example of that would be spoilers for this American Dad episode that came out like 5 years ago, but the hot tub episode from American Dad, um, all of the characters in American Dad die in that episode, and then the next episode that comes out afterwards, everything's fine. No one talks about the evil serial killer hot tub in the episode. So it Smiling Friends isn't in the same vein as that. Everything that happens in Smiling Friends canonically happened in the universe. Every weird monster, every absurd creature, every unsettling moment that you see while you're watching the show does actually happen. The characters do address it at some point in the series, and I do like that. I like that. It's not just like these are self-contained bottle episodes. Where nothing progresses. No, everything that happened did happen to these characters. They remember it. They've experienced it, and they were affected by it. So I do enjoy that. The supporting cast, they're just supporting cast. Alan, the boss, and Glep, they're just really there for comedic moments. They don't really go through any arcs. They're just in the show for jokes when they're needed, but each of them have interesting enough personalities that I enjoyed them when they were on screen, and I wish I got more of them in the show. Um, I think that's really about it that I have to say about Smiling Friends, except, go watch the show because I would very much like more of this to be produced. This is a genuinely good show that a lot of effort, it seems, have gone into, at least the writing aspect. From the pilot to this, I will say the animation has definitely cleaned up and does look a lot smoother between those two comparisons. So it does look like the people working on the show are putting an effort into it. And that is something else I can mention, speaking of the animation wise, is that there are various different types of animation in the show that they use for different characters to make them feel out of place and more uncanny valley than the show is already, which I did really like. You have most of the show is in 2D, but then there are certain characters that are in 3D format, or like some of them look like they're claymation, but I can't say that for sure without seeing like behind the scenes or anything from the show. Um, and it really helped like make things unsettling or accentuate the comedy of specific moments, which I did really enjoy. So at the end of the day, I'd say go check out Smiling Friends. Like I said, there's 8 episodes. They're about 15 minutes at max. I think most of them are only like 11 episodes, but let's say 15 minutes max, just to, highball it. There's 8 episodes, so at worst, it'll take you 2 hours to finish. That's not bad. I'm sure, you could take 2 hours out of your day to check out this quick show, have a good laugh, have some, psychological moments where you hear someone say something that at first is funny and you're like, wait a minute, hold on, wait, that's kind of right, damn, you know. But I think you will enjoy Smiling Friends, and if you don't, well, I'm sorry that you don't agree, but I can't really do anything about that. And with that, that'll be the end of this review for Smiling Friends. So I hope you enjoyed my ramblings on this great show, in my opinion. And I hope you stick around for more reviews and videos that will be coming out in the future on this channel. I'm the Innocent Villain, and make sure you hit that like button. And also remember that you're innocent until proven villainous, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one.